What is this big obsession with, like, this big push of Trump support from black people?
Couple things. I think the reason why Donald Trump is getting more support from black people, and I would not be surprised if this would be the first election since the 1930s that black people voted more for a Republican than a Democrat.
Kamala said she's not going to do anything specifically for black people. Donald Trump is probably...
I remember another interview I saw with Kamala Harris, Art, and she said, somebody asked her, what are y'all going to do for black people? And she said, we can't pass laws just for black people. She said this. We can't do things just for black. Well, Kamala Harris, can I ask you a question, Madam Vice President? If the Democratic Party can't do anything just for black people, why did y'all pass a law only for Asians? Why did y'all pass a law only for transgenders? Why did y'all pass a law only for LGBTQs?
Right.
Why did y'all pass a law only for immigrants? If you can't do anything just for black people, this is what she said. It came out of her mouth. If you can't do anything just for black people, how was it possible for you and President Biden to do all these other things for specific
groups of people,
ethnic groups in this country, from whose benefit no other group can take anything from?
I'm actually glad that he said it, because I thought the same exact thing when I saw that clip. I'm like, y'all literally have passed laws for different groups of people that probably needed, you know, those laws passed. But for black people, it's just like, y'all want the votes, but you don't want to do specifically anything for black people, which is crazy. You want black votes or votes from black people, but don't want to do anything specifically for blacks. But you do it specifically for other groups of people.
What is this big obsession with, like, this big push of Trump support from black people? Like, what's going on here, Faye?
Couple things. I think the reason why Donald Trump is getting more support from black people, and I would not be surprised if this would be the first election since the 1930s that black people voted more for a Republican than a Democrat. So history might be made in November. History might be made. But don't get it twisted. The black bourgeoisie is on their job, and they out there. You see Kamala Harris running around with Fat Joe, I think it was, and some other rappers. They trying to get the rappers to carry the vote for Trump now. You know, so the black bourgeoisie ain't going to go easy, because they know if Trump wins, they're done. No more contracts, no more set aside. You see what I'm saying? Because remember, the black bourgeoisie is only fighting for their own personal stake. They don't care about black folks. And the Democrats, if you can't deliver the black vote, what good are you? So they all going if they lose. They're not fighting for us. They fighting for themselves. Couple reasons why black folks may go Republican in November. Black people may go Republican in November. Number one, I think they're finally getting disenchanted with the Democrats. I think it's finally beginning to seep in. I think a lot of the analyses that are being made by black political thinkers, including myself, I think black people are really starting to see that we've been had. I mean, to have voted this way for 90 years and got nothing out of it, it's time for a change of some sort. That's number one. Number two, I think a lot of black people are attracted to Donald Trump's unapologetic disposition.
Yeah, facts.
He's very unapologetic. He don't go off cue cards. Completely different from Barack Obama and Joe Biden. You follow me? For a lot of black people, even though he's a racist, he's a breath of fresh air because he says what he wants to say. The entertainment aspect of Donald Trump is winning blacks. Number three, Donald Trump claims to care about the economic state of black America, which he doesn't. But he's openly saying, I'm going to do something about the economics in the black community. He said that the first term and ain't do nothing, right? So he's not going to do nothing, but he's speaking directly to black America where Joe Biden is not. And I think that's why he's going to carry a lot of votes, especially black.
And where Kamala said she's not going to do anything specifically for black people, Donald Trump is probably saying a complete opposite. I even heard Donald Trump say he's going to save TikTok. So that's the whole Gen Z. All the Gen Z that turned 18 years old and 21 and 24 and 25 years old, all those people, all those Gen Zers who are in voting age, he has made a statement more than once that he's going to save TikTok, because we know that TikTok is about to get banned, and TikTok is like Gen Z's, that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? So he's speaking to a lot of different groups of people.
Hey, please get narcotics. All I'm going to say is I'm going to be real nice. In about like 5 minutes, we're going to start macing people.
Why would y'all do that?
Oh, no.
No, why would y'all do that?
I want you to listen to me. I'm not being mean.
No, that's mean as fuck.
All I'm saying, I'm not being mean. I'm being for real.
Not for real.
Hey,
we don't have nowhere to go.
Rachel, am I lying about this mace?
Hey,
I'm telling you,
we don't have nowhere to go.
If they even get maced down there, all that is going to drag down.
he did y'all solid because a lot of times, not even a lot of times, none of the times do they ever even warn you before they get to Mason, before they start macing you. And y'all gonna sit there and argue. When them females gonna sit there and argue with him, he's trying to help you.
They had enough time to jack my shit up, take off 1, 2, 3, 4 tires, put my shit on bricks, and then make it out this bitch where you was supposed to be watching. How that sound? No, you good. You can record. I'm gonna record too. I'm good.
We security.
Definitely.
We only was secure information. We only take in information. I don't give information. We just take in information.
For sure.
So, what's the problem?
The problem is, I pay about $2,200 to stay here. They pay you to secure a parking garage. There are a lot of expensive cars in here. I'm sure you know that. Somebody was able to get in and out this garage. Not only do you need access to get in, you need access to get out. It's not like it was at 5 p.m. in the afternoon where it was rolling. It's at 2:30. Somewhere you're supposed to be standing outside the gate. You feel me? Or watching the gate. So they had time not only to get in. If they follow somebody, I don't even think that's the case. It's 2:30. Nobody coming in and out. And you feel me? If they're on that type of time and they got to wait. Hold on, twin. You say you take in information. So they got in. They were able to take off 4 of my tires. 4 of my tires off my other car. So they had enough time to jack my shit up, take off 1, 2, 3, 4 tires, put my shit on bricks, and then make it out this bitch where you was supposed to be watching. How that sound?
What's your name, sir?
How that sound?
What's your name?
What you want my name for? You not the police?
Like I said in the beginning, I take information.
They got the folks who need my name.
All I can do,
For sure, but the folks who need my name, they got my name. But I'm coming to the person who's supposed to be protecting everything in this garage. And you already told me you was the only one here yesterday.
Without your information, I can't help you at all.
They got my information. It's cool. They know who I am. You don't got to get my information. I'm talking to you as the person. Talking about have a good day. It's looking like a back door. It's looking like a back door. And my folks already walking off like I got everything on camera.
I can't talk to you.
Oh, for sure. But you can listen. You can listen, like you said. Folks, if these folks walked in here, and I'm talking about you was right there, you watched them get out and in, like you said you didn't call the police and nothing, and they had enough time to take out 4 tires, twin. I ain't gonna lie, you gonna have to get a new job, because what come with this shit gonna come.
Atlanta, scam capital, bro. Scam capital. And he paid $2,200 to stay there, and they ain't got no security cameras nowhere to make sure what's going on to get some type of nothing. No security cameras. There's no reimbursement for paying $2,200 to stay somewhere. Supposed to have a secure parking garage. And you're right, it does look like a backdoor type situation. I don't know for sure though, but that's crazy. And I think backdoor means like basically he was in on it. I'm assuming.
I don't know if you remember Esther Baxter, the little Vixon, the video Vixon. She used to write me all the time, talking on the phone and, you know, writing in the letters, and she was sending me pictures. So she told me, oh, I'm going to be in your boy's video next week, and I'm going to tell him about us. He just said some foul shit like, oh, why you writing him? You could have anybody you want, and you talking to a motherfucker in jail. And I was like, that motherfucker said that? And when I first talked to him, it was a whole different story, though, you know, because he didn't have no bodyguards, and, you know, he in the office with 3 or 4 dudes. He don't know who these dudes are. He don't know if they my boys or what's going to happen to him. So he was a little shook. And I could tell, then I was a phone expert. I mean, I could talk to you on the phone. I could tell if you were sick, you know, by the tones of your voice. Anyway, I called my boy from Smooth Magazine who was from New York. Like, man, you know this dude here, man, who know this dude? I need to talk to this dude. He said, man, he's gonna be in my office Monday. I'm gonna let you talk to him. So I called at 9. He didn't tell him who I was. He just handed him the phone. So he got on the phone. I said, hey, man, how you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm cool. Who is this? I said, this is Rick Ross. He said, oh, man, I love you, man.
I don't care what y'all say. I feel like Rick Ross taking another man's name is like one of the corniest things in the world, bro. And he still keeps the name. I think that's why he changed the name to Ricky Rose. Because legally he can't have the name Rick Ross or whatever, or something like that. Every time I see Rick Ross, he just seems extremely insecure. He's always bragging about all the cars. He got all the shoes. He got all the... It's like, my nigga, we know you're rich. But he goes out his way to show people how rich he is. He just seemed extremely insecure to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Leanne, she was the deputy director for the D.C. Department of Buildings, making $175,000 a year. She was also working full-time for Freddie Mac, also making a six-figure salary. But at the same time, she was serving as the council member for the city of Falls Church. How did she manage 3 jobs? Well, according to the investigation, her position with the DOB was hybrid. She worked 3 days from home and the other 2 in the office. During those 3 days from home, the investigation found she was working in the office at Freddie Mac. While she did report her position with the Falls Church City Council, the investigation found that on more than 10 different occasions, she attended city council meetings while still on the clock in D.C. Leanne has since been fined $25,000. In an interview with the Falls Church News Press Tuesday, she called it a clerical error, telling them, "I've corrected the form, paid the fine, and now I'm moving on." Tonight, the city of Falls Church tells WUSA 9 Leanne listed Freddie Mac as her employer, but didn't tell them about her job in
Why they got picked such a crazy picture for her though, bro? Dang.
DC. The city now
It's like they intentionally trying to make her look crazy.
Information to the Commonwealth's attorney who is investigating. We've also learned Leanne is no longer on the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments Board of Directors, a position she was appointed to in January.
A lot of people in the comments are saying, like, what's the issue here? This is actually quite impressive. She worked 3 jobs, so she being punished for being effective? 3 jobs, and you're getting in trouble for that? What's the issue? I don't know enough about this to even really have an opinion, but I think that's the same lady that bit that guy. I think so. Allegedly. It was a woman that bit a man. It was a politician that, if she looked like her. I don't know if it's her, though.
This is going to piss people off, and I know this sounds really, really bad, but I have made the executive decision that I'm not going to certain Black-owned restaurants. And before y'all come on here getting mad at me, y'all need to be mad at these establishments because they're the ones who are taking your dollar and trying to get every cent out of you, not me. Number 1, I will not be going to restaurants that charge me for parking. If it's not a parking deck or outside street parking, there is no reason why I should be paying for parking to support your establishment. Number 2, I will not be going to any more restaurants that charge over $25 for a basic breakfast. Pancakes, sausage, and grits should not be $26. You tripping. The automatic 20% gratuity, and it's just me and my mama. I understand for parties that are bigger than 4 or 6, but for just 2 people or just myself, that's ridiculous. And then on top of that, some of these restaurants add another fee, which is like a service fee. Yeah, no. And let me add that it wasn't that I wasn't going to give 20%. It's just that it gives me this vibe that Black people don't tip, you know? And last but not least, and I mean this with the bottom of my heart, I do not want to hear music all the time. Not no loud music.
And be loud,
I invited
too.
my friend out to tell her about my breakup, but she can't hear me because Shake That Monkey is blasting through the speakers. I just wish y'all would take note of that. We don't want that. I don't. If you're in Atlanta and you have any recommendations for Black-owned restaurants that I should try, let me know.
Somebody in the comments said, it's the truth. The way Black restaurants drain Black customers is horrible. You know, obviously they're doing something right because people keep going there. Instead of complaining about them, just don't go. You made a whole TikTok about these restaurants. Just don't go. It's like you're trying to cancel Black restaurants. There's no point in trying to cancel it. Don't go. Businesses run by customers paying money. If you don't go, they'll be canceled automatically. You don't got to make a video about it. But obviously, they're getting customers constantly. So obviously, there's something about them. Business is about capitalism. It's about making the most money. If what you're doing is working and people are willing to pay, why stop? Yeah, are they overcharging? Yes, but why stop? If it's working in business, that don't make no sense. If it's not unethical, why would you stop? If people are willing to pay for it, why would you stop as a business?
So you like date a lot of guys out here?
No.
Okay. You
What's a lot of guys?
I hear the Atlanta dating scene is like crappy.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. And then you gotta have like a lot of money to date.
Excuse me, sir. It says decline.
Decline?
Yeah.
No, there's no way. Like, can you run it again?
I did it like twice, and it says
decline. Can we use your card?
My Chase card.
It's gotta be a skit, bro.
Yeah, no
Just
problem.
Like, I'm gonna pay you back.
It's gotta be a skit.
No problem. I'm so sorry. Try this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, I'm gonna pay you back.
Yeah, no worries. It's all good.
I'm gonna pay you back.
I enjoyed the food.
This one works.
Thank you.
She said it works. Your card works.
You don't know what happened. That mean, it happens to the best of us. It's fine.
I really appreciate that.
She said, your car works.
I gotta figure out what's going on with my car.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Hold on, you gonna leave a bigger tip than that, right?
It's,
I mean, I'm paying
15%.
Give her at least 25. Give her at least 20%. Like we already had the embarrass. Like just give her. I'm gonna pay you back.
Okay, all right. So 20%. Okay.
It's got to be a skit, bro.
All right, let's go. Oh, we're pulling up to the gas station. I thought your card was messed up.
Oh, so I was just gonna ask you maybe.
Nah, man, it's a skit, bro. This is a skit, bro. I'm wasting my time, bro. There's no way in the world a modern woman of this day and age is gonna go through all that. Then he say you can't tip more. She tips more. Then he take her to the gas station. She pay for the gas. Ain't happening, bro. Ain't happening. It's not happening, bro.
When you're black, you're never really lonely because there will always be a white person all up in your business.
What's your name?
My name is Emily.
Emily.
Yes.
Pleasure to mean you, Emily.
It's good to meet you too.
Okay. So you're saying that you're
being very transparent with me, though, Dan.
Yeah, because this is America. It's a free country. So I don't have to be transparent with you.
But you also don't have you're not hiding anything.
Are you hiding anything? What's your last name?
My last name is Dantas.
Okay,
it's
so you
actually
came
an
over.
Open record that I live here.
Great. I could pull up all your records. I could pull up your name, your address. All that. It's all public
you don't
record.
have to. It's right there.
Yeah, but you came over and you said that the sign was on your yard.
It says Long and Foster, and I recognize that you're not with Long and Foster.
Okay, so then why do we have to have a continued conversation? I said that you can reach out to the agent who's listing this property and tell them that the sign company accidentally put the sign on your yard and not this yard. It's probably because they didn't do it. They didn't. Probably because they didn't.
Have a business.
Probably because they didn't do a survey.
At this point, just close the door on her.
So if they'd done a survey, then they would have known your property versus their property, and they wouldn't have made that mistake.
I have no idea. But aren't those cards for that person?
Probably. You can come in if you want.
Thank you.
What?
Yes. So
why are you letting her come in?
Okay, and I'm sure her information is right on the sign too, right? You could probably just call her.
No, it's just a phone number. It's not a name.
Okay.
All right, I'm not trying to be rude to you or anything.
Sure.
I don't know why you're trying to hide anything from me.
I don't know why you assume that I'm hiding something from you.
Your last name.
I think you feel entitled to my information, which you're not. Because again, we're in America, free country, right? So I have the right to disclose or not disclose any information.
I just wanted a record of who I'm speaking to.
That's speaking to Dan. And why do you even need to be here asking me questions when there's a real estate agent for this property? But you could literally just look right on the sign that's placed on your yard.
At the end of the day, she don't want you in her neighborhood. That's why I don't go to these gentrified neighborhoods. People in the comments are making reference to the fact that he talked to her for too long. But I think the only reason he talked to her that long is to document the absurdity of her actually coming to his property and challenging him. Or the property that he's trying to show and challenging him. That's the only reason I think he talked to her for so long. I think otherwise he would have just slammed the door in her face, kicked her out. All right, yeah, I don't give a crap. Get out of here. Later. Have a good day.